The reality in this world today is that every hour, 137 children are abused for the first time in the sex trade.
They're struggling to find work. They don't speak the language. They're disenfranchised. They're non-people, and therefore no one in authority cares about what happens to them.
It's unbelievable how expansive the trade is and how its roots has found its way into every community. Even in North America, there is trafficking happening. When I think about ending this issue of trafficking, it's going to require a sacrifice from all of us.
We need to be laser focused on preventing children from ever entering the sex trade. I believe in my heart God's going to hold our generation accountable for what we do and don't do in regards to child sex slavery. I was in a seminar in Chiang Mai, Thailand, learning about what was going on all over Asia. And one of the missionaries talked about the fact that they were selling children as young as 3 years old to be sold as sex slaves, which I had never heard about at that point in my life. And then he showed a picture of this 13-year-old girl named Nhu.
My childhood was like many other children in Cambodia. My family did not have work, so my grandmother had to borrow money to buy food for my family. My grandmother had to pay high interest every day on the money she borrowed.
The one common denominator for every child that's in the sex trade is poverty. Children who are impoverished do not have access to good education and ability to earn income for their families, and thus it makes them at risk of the sex trade.
One day, I saw the lady talking with my grandmother. I knew I might be so. Then the lady took me to a man. He was in the hotel room, and I had to stay with him for 3 days. I begged the man, please do not do this to me. I asked God to, please let me to be the last girl this happened to.
When I first heard Nhu's story and the man speaking about her said that she was sold by her grandmother, the moment that he said that, God put on my heart 2 words, remember Nhu. There were 2 things he wanted me to do. The first one was to find Nhu and make sure she was going to be okay and help her. And the second one was to those 1 million children a year that were being sold. I think God was asking me to do whatever I could do to stop that from happening.
And now I see all the children around the world and at Remember Nhu, they just happy and just be a kid. At Remember Nhu, they have more hope and they have a skill, can go to school. And that is very different. You can see how they look and the life they have.
Remember Nhu is a multinational organization with a presence in countries around the world. Our main strategy is to develop children's homes where we can take children that are at risk place them in our home to protect them, and give them the highest level of education that they can achieve. When we go into a village in a foreign country and we start offering scholarships for the impoverished children that are at risk of the sex trade to come live in one of our homes, is that those villages stop selling their children. So literally, we're stopping child sex slavery one village at a time. To be most effective, we take a holistic approach, meeting the child's physical, educational, emotional, and spiritual needs. Many times they come there and they're not used to getting 3 meals every day, and we want to offset that fear for them. We also want to give them the best medical care that they can receive and just give them a safe place to live that goes beyond just the basic human comforts.
The educational component to prevention is vital to be able to raise them up, give them the opportunities they need, education, vocation, and send them back into their communities as the change makers. To me, that's hope for a community, because that's where real change happens on a community scale and then onto a national scale.
Emotionally, the children come from families that are struggling to survive. They're not necessarily there to be able to love on these kids and to support them in the kinds of emotional ways that they need. So they come to us, and perhaps for the first time in their lives, they're experiencing a family that offers them love and support, and other people that are coming that care about them, and consistency and reliability. Those are things that are new to them.
The indigenous staff or workers are vital for Remember Nhu because they are from the context that we work with. They know the language, they know the customs, and they know the issues of their own place and how to adequately face them. They are literally indispensable.
Because of Remember Nhu and all who support us, we are proud. If you not love kid, you not love God. So love kid and love God. So we say, let love lead.
I love how Remember Nhu breaks the cycle of poverty. This opportunity has been able to help provide for this child's future family, their children, their children's children.
Because of Nhu's prayer in the worst moment of her life, for God to use her to prevent children from entering the sex trade, many children have been made safe. And for me, the goal always has to be that no child would be sold into the sex trade. For us to do that, we need people that will sponsor our children and come and work with us to stop this atrocity.